Hello, my friends. So, welcome to our asset and reference search class. And I'm just gonna start by saying that this is one of the most useful and underrated aspects of flyer design. Many people think that to make a flyer, you simply open Photoshop, you start to drop some cool assets, and you will make your flyer from there. But in reality, it's not the way it works. A good flyer, a good artwork, a good design always starts with the reference search. So what you probably already heard other people talking about reference search, but maybe you don't know exactly what it is to make a reference search and how this impacts your results on your flyer directly. So I'm gonna show you why this is so important and where and how you can do this step before you start making your flyers, and you will basically be able to do much better flyers and faster if you start to implement this strategy. Okay, so right now you are seeing our Instagram, and basically I'm just gonna show a couple of works here that consists of reference. So let's take a look at this Travis Scott here. So yeah, a cool flyer, okay, but how does the reference search enters here? So let's say the guy who did this flyer is my friend here, LB Art, and he took some ideas from other flyers to implement on this one. So this is called the reference search. You take a look at other examples of design techniques and different tech methods and styles and ideas that you can go and pick. You go and you pick some ideas from this art, you pick some ideas from this other art, from this other one, and you make your final creation, your unique creation, with a mix of different ideas, with a mix of different reference that you took from other people, from other designers that you found. So as you can see on this flyer, those three boxes here with some parts of the Travis here, he didn't made this up. It wasn't his own idea to do this. He found some flyer on Pinterest that used this technique to use box as a way to show better some parts of the flyer. You see he changed the color here. Maybe this was his ad on the reference he chose, and it was a very good idea to use this one. Maybe the sticker down here was an idea he took from other art. So you can see that this cool art, maybe you didn't imagine this, but it was based on a reference. So let's get some other examples right here. Okay, so this flyer right here, it was made from one of our students here in Brazil, and this is his own specific style. He likes to use a lot of this smoke down here, smoke on down below with the player. So it's his style. Maybe I can try and use it as a reference. I can make what can I take from this art? I could make an art. It's not copying, guys. I'm not gonna try and copy this flyer, but I can use some ideas. I can use 3 different planes. I have a plane that is close to our screen, this plane here with the balls. Okay, so this is one plane. So we have the other plane that has Messi walking into the smoke and into the golden metal text here. So this is the second plane, and we have the third plane, which is the biggest Messi right here on the background. So I can use this idea of 3 planes using smoke on the middle plane. So this is an idea, this is a reference that I got from looking at this flyer. I can see a lot of others. So maybe this one, I like the style of how he did the dodge and burn technique. You will learn it on a few days on the treatment module, but you can use this reference as a way of representing the light on the flyer. So you can see it's a very exaggerated, it's a very strong lighting. He made it very clear on this flyer. So it's a cool style. I can use this as a reference. I can mix those two styles, for example. Okay, so let's other one. So this kind of example, you can see also it's a very good one. It use cars and you have objects flying around, mixing with some text and some other title here. So you can see it's all very blocky on the center of the composition, and a few objects are going through the center. So this is also a reference. You have tons of reference right here, and I can't say enough how this is important for the creation of the flyer. If you pay close attention to this. If you ignore this whole class, but if you get this into your head, the idea that designers should not create from zero. No one should create anything from zero. So we have a saying in science that says everything is transformed. Nothing is created, everything is transformed. So in design, this is the same thing, guys. You don't get to create things from a blank file in Photoshop. If you open a blank file and if you will start to do your montage, your flyer from a blank Photoshop with no reference search, with no background ideas, with nothing, you will get stuck. You will be hours sometimes trying to figure out what you are trying to do. You may not do anything you really like, because this is not the right way to do it, guys. Trust me when I say I always start by taking a good reference search, and every time that I start a flyer that I do not do the reference search is time wasted. I always get stuck. I always get on a creative block. I don't know what I do on the art. And the opposite is true. When you do the reference search, when you start your flyer with already an idea, you do it so much faster. It becomes so much better that I cannot stress you enough with this. Okay, so let's get other examples right here. So this one here is, you can also use it as a reference. So maybe, oh, I can use the shield of my team behind the composition and the stadium in the full background. So boom, another reference. Or this one, some dude sitting in the chair in front, and you compose the scenario in the ground, more of a manipulation art. So you can think, oh, what do I put in the background? So this is where you start to use your creativity, but you can start with the idea of making this kind of composition. So pretty good. Okay, so let's get another one. So this one, a very huge composition with different layers of and scale. So we have the smaller here, the guys with the red jackets, and we have the middle ones here, which are the medium. With they are not the main character of the series, but they are pretty important. And on the top we have the main characters, the protagonists of the show, and they are bigger here. And you get some background here, so maybe some photos using a gradient map. It's a pretty good way to make a background. So you can simply, oh, on this art I just like the idea of composing the background using the gradient map and some photos. All right, this is already an idea. Or this reference here, making a manipulation using the object in front of the light, so I can make this inner glow going on. So this is another reference. You have plenty of reference. So I'm looking here at Instagram of our company, but normally when I need to start doing reference, there are 3 or 4 sites that I always like to use. So I'm gonna write down here so you memorize it better. So first off, I always go on Pinterest. Maybe you know, maybe you do not know. Let me just break the font here. Okay, so boom. Okay, so Pinterest, I have Pinterest here. So let's open Pinterest and see how it goes. So let's say you have no idea, you want to start a flyer just for practice, but you do not know what you want to do or anything. So I open Pinterest. You can see we already have good reference right here, but This is because I use Pinterest a lot, so I already have plenty of recommendations right here, so it's easy to begin. In your case, maybe it won't be as good. Wow, this is sick. Anyways, in your case, it won't be as good as this one you were seeing, as ready as this one you were seeing. So you have to start to make your search. So you'll go here in the search bar, and let's say flyer poster. It's a good search keyword. So I go flyer poster. Boom. So I go here, flyer poster, and I already have some amount of reference here. Maybe it's not the best, but maybe you like something here. Let's say, for instance, I like this reference here of using a guy on sideways and a circle behind him. So all right, so I open a new tab using the mouse scroll button. Let's see if I have another good reference here. I like this one, seems good for me. You do not have to overthink it. Just open on another tab something that you think that makes sense for what you were beginning to make. Okay, so cool, this style I like. Oh, also this style right here. So all right, I opened a few tabs, and always keep in mind, guys, when you open a new tab, it will follow the style that you open. So let's see, this case I opened a dark flyer using a guy with a ball with a light, round light on behind. Okay, so you can see the reference follow the same line. So right here, same idea, a girl and a ball, a round gradient here on the background. All right, this is following the idea. Now this one here a little bit different, but as you can see, it's starting to get really cool when you go and boom, open another tab, and you start to get tons of different. So this idea here, using black and white images and opening them and coloring them using rectangle. So I also like this reference, so I go and open. So with this process of looking at Pinterest and opening new tabs and looking at other people's arts, this is where you start to really get fuel into your machine. You start to pop with ideas when you start to see designers implementing their ideas, and you go and you absorb them and you put your own idea into the world. So let's see this case here. I like this, the cat with the box here. All right, pretty cool. This reference here, all right, maybe I like this one. So you can see where I'm going. So I can see now a lot of reference using this style of the ground, going with this style. So, and by the way, this is a good example of flyer for us to make and put on the flyer from scratch module. Okay, so plenty of good reference. And yeah, guys, you can basically see that I put a very generic keyword search here, flyer poster, and I am starting to have tons of reference from different styles, and it's a never-ending world. You always get new reference and new arts that show other new arts that show other new arts, and it never ends. It's really an endless loop of trying to I don't know the word, trying to make your mind richer with more ideas. Look at this, man. This is sick reference right here. So we're starting to get a little dark here. You can see Japanese with some brutalism. This is so Lord, this is like a crazy effect. So yeah, this is a good reference as well. So sometimes you can maybe let's see this other two reference. You can use this one. I get some image like very colorful on the center of the image, and I start to compose the flyer using text and little text on the borders, and the object is going on top of some of the text. So another different reference. So I'm not gonna go hours showing 2000 reference. I think you get the idea here. The only thing that you might be wondering now is, well, sometimes I might like the reference, but I do not know how to apply it. And guys, there is not an answer, an exact answer for this. You have to try and use reference that you can get the idea and apply. So let's see this one. Nothing at this is really hard to do. So a symbol in a square. It can be any symbol. You could use a logo of your team. Your text with this stroke effect. Again, this is not tricky to make. You basically get you get the first layer here on top. It has a black fill and a white stroke, and in the background is you duplicate the layer and you go a few pixels to the left, and boom, this effect is made. Same thing from this effect here. So everything here is easy to make. You basically just have to adapt to your own ideas, and this is for every reference you make. Maybe you do not know how to make such a crazy light effect like this one, but you get the idea of getting the montage of the guy going on the ladder right here. So this is it for the reference search. You can always try and use different keywords for your own style. So let's say brutalism poster. This is another style of creation. So you can see it has this style. So maybe you like, maybe you doesn't, but no problem. You go brutalism. You can go maybe vapor wave. Sometimes I like to make vapor wave art, so we have a lot of difference here. So normally I use poster or flyer to filter it and be something in my niche, more or less. So yes, you can have here vapor wave. You can make sometimes sports poster. All right, we'll see other kinds. So music poster, we will see other things. So it is endless here, guys, and you can make all kinds of different flyers. So summer, you go on different keywords. You can go here cyber poster. So boom, like I said, guys, it's an endless, the possibilities are infinite, and I think you get the idea. And when you start implementing this step before you start making your flyer, you will open your empty blank Photoshop, and instead of being on a creative block, sometimes many designers tell us, I'm on a creative block, I don't know how to start. And basically everyone who says that is because they do not know the importance of the reference search. Every time you feel stuck, remember to take a good look at some reference. Okay, so now let me just show you other sites you can make reference search. You can make on Pinterest, you can make on Behance, and you can make on Instagram. So how do I do this on Instagram? There is some pages here, feed design repost, for example, that simply reposts a lot of different images. So you can see lots and lots of reposts. They go lots of reposts per day. So you will have plenty of reference to go here. You won't be able to filter as you do on Behance and Pinterest, but you will have sometimes more flyers that look like the way you want to do. Okay, so yeah, so basically this is it for Instagram. You've used feed design repost. You basically try and find some repost pages, and there are a lot of repost pages. You can see here flyer design, good design, I mean, this is a lot of people are doing this repost, so it's a good place for you to also find your reference. And of course Behance, it's always good. It will always work as well. Let's say flyer poster. Let's see what pops here. So we have again another kilo of reference here. Pretty cool, these breaking bits here. So it's the same thing as the Pinterest. You just go, you click what you like, and you start to get richer on your mind. Okay, so for the reference search, guys, this is it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into the asset search. So asset search is one of the most important parts of your flyer as well, because it doesn't matter if you have the best reference, if you have the best Photoshop skills, if you do not know where to get good quality assets, good quality images to make your flyer professional, you will end up with a mediocre, a newbie flyer. Okay, so keep this in mind. The quality of your assets really matter, and you will also get on this module, you will get here the Giga texture pack from Pork. So let me open something right here, 1 second. This is the Portuguese version. I'm gonna still translate those, but we have here fire and explosions, smoke, graffiti, grass, grids, light leaks. So we have all kinds of assets here that will improve your flyer. So old paper, crumbled paper, we have torn paper as well here, and I mean, it's a good pack. I use it a lot on my creations, and it will help to make you get some good assets for your flyer. Okay, so this is, we start with showing the pack, but now let's go into the where do I download images with quality. So on this time I'm talking more about the images, I mean, from players, from soccer players, from NBA players, from NFL players. I'm gonna show you normally how I do this image search. Okay, so let me just write here reference and asset search. Okay, this is for the reference search. Now for the asset search. So let me go asset. Okay, so we have for asset search here, we start with, no one's gonna believe this, but we always start with Google. So Google is the most trustworthy source of high quality image that you get. So how do I do this? Let's say I want to make a flyer from Harden, James Harden. So I go James Harden. Okay, and we got here on Google. So Google Images has a feature that maybe some of you won't have, that it is here on the top right of the tools. Here we have this tools or settings, not sure, and you have here size, and you can choose the size that you want. It has big, medium, icon, and then here is in English, so larger than 2 megapixels, 4, and there you go. So if I go here size and I filter for bigger or this larger than 2 megapixels, I only get images with high quality. So you can see this one, 2050 and 2500 pixels, so pretty good. I have this one. So every image here is at least with 2 megabytes, and I always recommend you to, when you want to make a flyer of some famous person, you always start looking at Google and filtering for the size of the image. If you do not have this filter here, if you do not have this option of going settings and more than 2 megapixels here, you have to go on here, which is settings. You can go here advanced search, and then you can add some filters here. For example, size, image size. You can go here and do the exact same thing that I did here, filter for the image size, and other things here. You can see the proportion or the kind of image. I normally do not mess with any of this. I just go on the size and boom, advanced search, and it is the same thing. In my case, I have it already here up here. It's more fast to use, but if you do not, you will have to go here on the settings and advanced search, and boom, pretty easy as well. Okay, so I always start with Google. So yeah, you start with Google, and you also have the Foodie renders. So if I go here and go to the website Foodie renders, it's a website that already contains thousands of images from football and soccer renders. I think this football here, it's only soccer, to be honest, if I'm not mistaken. But you can see here we have from every league, we have from a lot of countries. Okay, so Spain, La Liga, we have Barcelona, we have Real Madrid, so Italy. We have a lot of teams here. So let's say I want to make for Harden, it won't have because it's NBA. You can see no results found. But let's say I want to make from, let's say, what's the name? Mbappe. I make an Mbappe flyer. So Mbappe, I have a lot of Mbappe images here. You can go, and they are all cropped. They are all with no background. You basically download them and you use automatically. Okay. So for soccer flyers, I always use Footy renders. It's very useful. Okay. So we have another option here. If you want to make NBA art, you can go on NBA website. So each team on NBA has a specific website. You can go and get some images. So let's say Lakers. Let's say I put here Lakers on Google, and there is a website here for Lakers. So NBA Los Angeles Lakers. And you can see I open the website, and if I go on here on news, I have photos. So I'm gonna have a photo shoot for every game or every training or whatever. We have a lot of photo shoot here, and with high quality shoot from official photos from the game that you can use. I mean, you don't have the commercial rights to use the photo because you did not pay anything to the photographer, but you can use it as a flyer to study. You can post it on Instagram. You just can't make money out of this image. Okay, so yeah, this is it for the NBA. I try to get on the official NBA site. It's the best quality. And then we have other site here, which is Flickr. It's another website for to get photos. Let's say if I get here James Harden, let's see what pops for us. And we have some things here. I get this, and you can see James Harden, Houston Rockets. So tags, James Harden. I go here on the James Harden tag, and I have a lot of images again from James Harden. And this is probably the same situation as the NBA. You can't use commercially, okay, this photo, but you can use at your study, okay, at your studying. So you can always try to filter on people, photos, or groups. So I can see here on people, I have the Barcelona. So FC Barcelona images. We have a lot of different photos here from Barcelona. Let's see if I go Lakers using people. Let's see if it shows. Southwest Lakers soccer. I'm pretty sure this is not it. So I'm thinking for NBA the Flickr is not the best one, but for soccer is good. Okay, so you maybe can try and find your team here if you want. And yeah, it's pretty easy also to take this search. Okay. And to top it off, we always can download from Instagram. So let's say I want to download a Harden image. It probably won't have such a good quality, but you can do it. Okay, so let's say I want to use this pretty style guy from here. Let's see, let's get this image here. I pick the link, and I go here and I go Instagram download. We have a lot of sites that can make it for us. So maybe this site here is a good one, Downloadgram. You go Downloadgram, and you put the link of your post here, and you have the option to download any image of the I'm not sure how to say this. When you have a lot of images here, you slide to the right. Okay, I think you get what I mean. So you can download each one of these from here. Okay, so to recap, you can go on Google. We have to search from high quality images. We got Footy renders to get cropped image for soccer, NBA direct site to get better images for NBA players. We also have the Flickr, and you also have Instagram. So when I want to get photos from anyone or any famous guys, this is the list that I go to find this. Normally I find it on Google. 90% of the times I just Google and get the size filter, and boom, it's done. Okay, so now we are gonna go into the how to get assets for, I mean textures, backgrounds, whatever. I mean graphic assets that can enhance and make you do flyers easier. First thing, of course, you can always find images on Google. So let's say you can go for this. You will see on a lot of classes I use this Google for image size, for image search, and it really works. Okay, so let's say I go light effects. So I already have a couple of cool light effects I can add to my search. So I can go light trails. So you can see other keyword for you to look on Google. So you have a lot of different keywords. You can go noise texture. I mean, anything you want, you can put it on Google and you will probably find. Okay, so anything specific, just go on Google and I'm sure you will find it. Let's see something more. You can go futuristic space. I'm gonna leave on the description here or a PDF or a file that contains a list of keywords. You can go and Google and find good resources for your images. Okay, there are lots and lots, so I'm not gonna show everyone here, but now I'm gonna show you more specific sites that you can use to download some packs that will really enhance your creations. Okay, some of these sites I cannot just download it and give it to you because I would be breaking some laws. It eventually can get us in trouble, so we basically will provide the link for you to download, and that's it. Okay, first thing I go is Freepik. Freepik is an excellent website for you to search for vectors and for PSDs. You can see here you can get it has a premium version. We have it also. It's a very good site. So maybe if you have the budget to get the annual version of this premium Freepik, it's really worth it, and you can get good things here. So let's see, Dust. I go on Dust and you have a lot of Dust resources. Most of these here are not paid. Okay, so this one that has the crown, they are paid. Those that are not paid. So you have lots and lots of different images that are basically free of charge. All of this is free, and so Freepik is always my go-to when I want to get assets. Okay, so I go here, Freepik. I always use this one. Okay, very good. So the next one, we have some image banks that you can use. We have Unsplash, and you also have Pexels, and you also have Pixabay. So basically those three are images banks, are image stores. So you can use them to use images. So you won't find PSDs or vectors down here, but you will find excellent free photos, illustrations that can enhance your artwork. In this case, the Pixabay, you have some vectors here. It also has some things you can use, but Pexels and the Unsplash are mostly for professional images that you can use. So what I use sometimes is, outer space. There are a lot of cool sick photos from outer space that you can use on your creation. So look at this. This is such a good background for a more clean flyer. Could be. So lots and lots of high quality images that you can use. So this is a beautiful sky. We have this photo bank that you can use. Okay, so I'm gonna write it down here as well. So we got Pixabay, Pexels, and Unsplash. All right, so Moving on, guys, we also have other stuff. Now, for other freebies and good things, you can use this site here, Pixel Buddha. Pixel Buddha, you will open it here, and you will on start you will get a pop-up. I did not receive because I already downloaded it, but you will have some starter pack that they will send to you with a lot of resources. But as you can see, you have a lot of good stuff here already. I mean, transparent plastic sleeves mock-up, so this already looks pretty good. This plastic, it's free, okay, so you can boom just download it here. You have other recommendations down here, but you can basically just search for what you were looking for. So let's say I want textures. Let's see what pops from here. So plastic overlay, gradient backgrounds, another plastic, so gradients, we got tapes, we got broken glass, we have lots and lots, and mainly all of this is free, okay. So textures, so this is what popped. So let's say paper, what we have on paper here. So torn paper, we have ripped paper, torn and ripped paper texture. We have vintage paper set, Japanese paper. We have, so guys, this site is very powerful. I really recommend you to use this. Let's see if we go background. Another, again, you will have lots and lots of different freebies that you can download, and it's very easy. So I'm gonna get the name here, and don't get anxious, guys. I'm gonna post this note, but more complete with the complete website on this description here, so you can use it, okay, at your own pace. Boom, Pixel Buddha. We also have on the same level as this Pixel Buddha, we have our friend here, Behance. And Behance, guys, you can download a lot of different freebie materials here. If you go free textures, your mind will explode. If you go free texture here, look at what you will find, guys. You will find lots and lots of cool, sick textures that you can get, and most of them are really free, okay. Free pack, texture free pack, free grainy brush. So look at this, guys, this is sick. Free some stickers here. So this here is pure gold, okay. So always keep in mind to take a look at Behance for you to find good quality assets for your flyers too, okay. So Behance, we have Behance, and guys, I'm gonna give you the link to a free pack on Behance that contains, if I'm not mistaken, over 2 gigabytes of material, of free material for you to use, which is the Alchemy. Let's just use Alchemy here. No, Alchemy pack. Now it's gonna show. So we have here the Alchemy graphic package, and it's, man, this is so sick. This is very sick. It has all kinds of resources that you can find. You can see here spray, textures, tape, plastic, stickers. You can see here it doesn't even fit in one Photoshop file. You have everything here: brushes, half tones, stickers, tape, torn paper. You see, you can see for your own eyes everything that is here. This is free. This is over 2 gigabytes of high quality material, and if you're just starting, or even if you are advanced, I really recommend you to download this and have this available at your computer to use it when you want, okay. So keep in mind, guys, Behance is an excellent source of free material. I already put here Behance, and in the paper I will put also the link to this specific pack, because this is a pure gold. This is pure goldness, okay. So guys, you can see it's basically endless, the possibilities for you to download high quality stuff. It's everything is on here. You can see the last three are the more complete ones: the Pixel Buddha, the Behance, and the Free Pick. You get all kinds of stuff in this. You get vectors, you have textures, you have backgrounds, you have stickers, specific materials that you can find here. I mean, you have such a world of free material here that I cannot even put it to words for you. Okay, those three are more for raw images and high quality images, but normal images that people take on photography, and those are free sites for you to get those kind of images. Okay, so those 5 here, you use it for getting some images for a player or something like this you want to make for your main focus on the art. And don't remember, guys, even if you do not have access to any of these, with only Google you can already make a crazy flyer, because you have the option to search for size on Google and you basically can find anything on Google. Okay, in mind, guys, if I had, I'm not gonna lie to you, when I started doing flyers in Photoshop, I did not have this blueprint. I did not use any of these sites. I would just Google light effect, I would just Google colorful background and generic stuff like this, and it's not really close as it is when you have access to those material. Okay, so if you implement the reference search and you start your flyer with some ideas that you already have a path to go when creating, and you use the sites and these techniques that I showed you to start looking for quality assets to make your flyer, man, it's so much easier to make flyer when you have this kind of blueprint that I cannot stress enough to you. Okay, so I really hope you enjoyed this class, and in my opinion it really is one of the most game-changing classes in this course, because it's a new mentality. Now you know how to start to make the flyer, and you know what do you need to have pre-flyer to make the GG flyer you want to make. Okay, so yeah, guys, as always, leave your feedback and your comments and doubts you have. You can put them here in the description, and I will see you on the next class.